Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is LevinTV, part of our Best Of series, Part 3, or Episode 3, on dogs. This is people who rescue dogs. Wonderful, wonderful human beings.
This is where freedom rings.
If you believe in America, if you believe in the Constitution empowers us. It's a new day. America's back. America's back, and America's going to get strong again. We're going to defend America, and we're going to defend our interests.
Liberty's voice, Levin TV.
A brave 17-year-old young lady protecting her dogs. I mean, you can tell the adrenaline took off. She didn't care what the heck was going on. And it really is worth viewing. And so we'll take a look before we jump in with both feet into the usual stuff. Ready? Go.
This is quite the story. A 17-year-old Bradbury girl runs right up to a mama bear and pushes her off a wall, all to protect her dogs.
Security camera caught the action. Eyewitness News reporter Alex Cheney spoke to the young woman, who explains what she was thinking at the time.
I had it in me, to be honest. Like, who does that? Who in their right mind pushes a bear?
It was a quiet Monday afternoon until a bear makes its way into this Bradbury backyard. The dogs run out, and then 17-year-old Haley follows them out of the house.
Honestly, I did not know it was a bear until right after I pushed it. I didn't register in my head that it was a bear. I was like, it's an animal, and it's taking my child. And I pushed the bear, and I was like, oh my God, I just pushed a bear.
Haley pushed the bear away and protected the family's 3 dogs. Her mother was shocked when she saw the video.
I just break down every time I see him. Yeah, it's just horrifying to watch.
Haley said she came away from the incident with only a sprained finger on the hand she pushed the bear with and scrapes on her knee. She and the dogs are okay, including her mom's service animal.
I didn't want to know what would happen if the bear hurt her or like even took her, so I had to do what I had to do.
A local wildlife expert says what Haley did was dangerous, and it's better to stay in
Wait. So a local wildlife expert says what she did was dangerous? Do we need a local wildlife expert to tell us that pushing a bear off a wall is dangerous? And by the way, that bear had that little dog there temporarily. And she saved that dog. There's no question about it. Go ahead.
Or prevent the bear from even getting into the backyard.
All the bear has to do is go like this and half of your face is gone. Maybe had a slingshot or a noisemaker or something, but then all the dogs were there.
You know, this guy's sitting on his butt telling her what she... Hey, let me go get a slingshot. By the time that's over, he's eaten 2 of them and he's grabbed the big one. I mean, you can see that bear is ready to jump into that courtyard, and in which case, all he had to do is swing his massive paw with the massive nails of her and kill the animals and take them with her. By the time the young lady came back, they'd be gone. So much for the expert. Go ahead.
All I can say is I'm happy that nothing bad happened, but if you live in those communities, you need to be constantly alert that as the development has encroached into the native territory, you're going to have those encounters more and more.
So what's the answer? He doesn't tell you the answer. The answer is open carry, you know, with a weapon on your hip. Some people foolishly put it on their ankle. They'll bend down by the time. No. Or you can have it across, or have it here, or have it here. So the answer is to carry around a 38 or 9mm, 357 Magnum, even a 22 Magnum. It may not kill the bear, but if you shoot them enough times, it'll definitely get that bear's attention, and they'll run. So that's the answer to me. The one simple answer is to have the most open policies possible to carry weapons. It's not just bears there, it's alligators, it's all kind of crap. I know, I've been in Florida. And you want to protect your dogs and your other animals, and you want to protect your kids. But I am just, that's fabulous clip. Absolutely, it's frightening, but it's fabulous. She pushed him off that wall, and you could see how he was reaching down, trying to get the big dog, and reaching down, then trying to pick up the little dog. Kind of did pick it up. People don't realize their claws are unbelievably long. Claws. And that's why he said it could take your face off. It could. But when you're adrenaline rush, you're not thinking about things like that. That's fascinating. Let's start where we should always start whenever we can do this, and that is with a dog and his best friend. Let's take a look. Go.
We first met him at the airport.
Look at you, your face. You're so cute, man.
Christopher was given a 24-hour life sentence. There was simply no more room in the shelter. We got all of the dogs onto the airplane, and Christopher was in the back in his first-class cabin.
There you go. He's a good boy.
We got to save with altitude, and that's when we say, let's bring a pet up and say hi. That's kind of the reward for me. It's a 7-day-a-week life, but I get to spend a few minutes with these pets up there, and that makes it all worth it.
What up, little man? I'm just so relaxed and chill, man. You're just the best. The bestest dog. You'll make your family super, super happy.
I started flying with pet rescue pilots 3.5 years ago, just as a pilot that wanted to have a purpose to my flying. There's just no better feeling than being up in the sky with a rescue dog that's going to their forever home. We help move pets out of overcrowded shelters.
Kiddos?
In California, for example, the shelter intakes are so high, and then in Oregon, there are no adoptable dogs in the shelter. So we're helping reduce overpopulation in shelters and get more dogs into homes. They literally go from spending years in shelters to a forever home.
Trinket.
That's my pregnant mama.
That is what we call rescue by relocation.
The happiest dog on the planet. Just so excited for everything.
With pet rescue pilots, we take an 18-hour drive and turn it into a 2.5-hour flight. It's a lot better on them. Next month, we're coming up on our 1,500th furry passenger.
Oh, hello, puppies. Hello. All right, you guys ready to go find new homes?
I do work full-time still, but all my free time is dedicated towards flying the pets. As soon as we touched down, I was so excited. I was like, all right, buddy, it's time to go. We're gonna meet your new mom. Christopher's new mom brought his brother, another older Chihuahua. Right away, they were just like, oh, hey, I'm Christopher. What's your name? It was a big relief. Not only is he gonna have an incredibly loving mom, but he can have a brother. The really cute part was Christopher came to say goodbye to me towards the end. He just came and sat in my lap. Like, thanks for the ride, I appreciate it.
I don't even have treats. See, he's so quick to love.
The whole day, his tail was down for the most of it. As soon as his new mom and his brother walked away, his tail just shot straight up and started wagging. It was amazing to watch. I've met thousands of dogs over the course of the last 3.5 years. They can read people so well, and they know when they're being rescued. You can see the appreciation and joy in their eyes. They know that you're ushering them into a new chapter, and they're grateful. That certainly was Christopher. I couldn't imagine a better thing to do with my weekends. I get to fly, be with animals, and help them find homes.
What a fantastic young man and fantastic group, pet rescue pilots. And I have kind of intimated on the air on radio that American Marxism is going to be used for good. Certainly a good part of it. And I haven't said where, but it's going to go towards the dogs. That's where it's going. So just wanted you to be aware of that. Because these are stories to me that are unbelievable. And being a dog guy and having written a dog book and still missing my little man, Barney, and Pepsi and the others, Spritey and Griffey, that's what I do. That's what we do here. So I thought you'd want to see this. There is a woman, a lovely woman, who spends a lot of time trying to save senior dogs. This is one of the things our little family foundation with Lost Dog and Cat does in Ashburn, Virginia. We adopted once a very elderly dog. His name was Griffin. And Griffin would go on to live 4 more years, but the poor thing suffered off and on. When we first adopted him, he had to have 19 teeth extracted. He must have been in horrific pain for a long, long time. The veterinarian said he'd never seen anything like it. The gums were a mess and everything else, so that took a while. And then he became incontinent and blind and so forth, and I spent a lot of time with him. I stopped going to the office. I worked from the house. And I'll be honest with you, I've never said this before. I probably let it go on too long. I just couldn't do it. And he probably suffered a week more than he should have. I just didn't know when to do it. You know, it's just a very complicated matter at times. Anyway, I wanted to start off with this because I think this is a very positive thing. So let's take a look. Go.
I visit several different shelters every week, and I video and photograph dogs, and I hope that they are able to be seen and saved. Hi, my name is Rita. I am a professional photographer, and this is a story about shelter dogs for GeoBeats. My biggest inspiration was when I went to a rescue and adopted my first rescue dog. There were so many dogs, and as I drove away with the one dog that I had, I was trying to think of how I could help. I couldn't donate financially, but I did have my camera. And so I thought, what if I could go back and help these dogs with beautiful photos and just have people see them in a different light? Initially, I was afraid to go to the shelter. I was worried that my heart would be shattered daily, and I realized that it's their hearts that break every day. These animals are waiting for somebody to just take them out for a walk, or just give them a little bit of love or a treat, or make them feel better about missing their family or being alone at the shelter. I volunteer in a lot of really overcrowded Los Angeles shelters. They are open intake, which means that the more animals come in, the more animals have to go out. And if they can't help the dogs coming in, they have to start making choices. So sometimes it gets very intense when they're running out of time. I walk the kennels and I just start talking to the dogs, and I hang out with them at their kennels for a little while, and I film them. Often I think we don't deserve dogs because of that forgiving nature, that burst of wiggle and love and kindness that they just want to keep giving no matter what's happened to them. I do think about these dogs at night. I go to sleep thinking if Callie is going to be noticed, or if the video was bright enough to capture what she needed for somebody to see her and want her. I go back to the shelters to see how they're doing. Hi, girls! There was a pair of two large senior female dogs in the same kennel together. I walked up to the kennel, they stood up and wiggled and were happy to see me. After a few days, nobody came for them, so I went back and took them home and surprised my husband, who was actually really happy to meet them. I don't have a count on how many shelter dogs that I photographed to date, but I would say it's hundreds. Dog that I photographed is a large pit bull mastiff mix named Knuckles. At 114 pounds, he was quite scary looking. I went into his kennel with him and I took him out into the yard, and what a love. I mean, he just melted into me. The joy that I feel when I see these dogs walk out of the shelter, when I'm there to film their freedom walk, I really feel like they know. They know that they're getting out, and they're so grateful, and it's really quite heartwarming. I try and fight the stereotype of shelter dogs being defective. It's mostly just because of the situation that they were in, that they landed there. Shelter dogs have taught me to be patient and grateful, and to worry about other people's hearts instead of my own.
If you haven't visited a rescue shelter, may I suggest you go ahead, or one of these adoption events that the rescue shelters try to hold in order to get the dogs adopted so they can get more of them. It'll warm your heart. It'll also break your heart to some extent, but at least in these rescue shelters, they will not be put down. So I would strongly encourage you to do that. They change your life for the better in 1,000 different ways. Maybe you have little kids and you say, well, I can't right now. That's the perfect time to do it. Maybe you say, I'm alone, I'm too old. That's the perfect time to do it. There is no wrong time to do it. And I'll tell you this, just to be honest with you, I think dogs are better than an awful lot of people on the face of the earth. You want to know why? They're not purposely evil. And a lot of people are. It's just the way it is. No, I believe in protecting people too. But this is different. These dogs cannot fend for themselves. Some of them have been horrifically abused, been ignored. And when I think of a dog, the definition for a dog to me is 2 words. Pure joy. Till you lose them. Then it's pure sadness, but pure joy. We're not always in the dumps, you know. It's kind of hard not to be. We have to explain what's going on. And my goal isn't to drag you down or depress you. My goal is to get you fired up and to be resolute as we confront what is this tyranny. It's not tyranny over the abyss. We have our foot in the abyss of tyranny. But first things first, National Geographic Channel, soldier adopts dog that saved his life. This is a beautiful, beautiful clip, and I want you to take a look at it. Go.
You want to? Yeah. Okay, come here. You want to feed Leica? Now tell her Blivin.
Blivin.
Now put it down. Slowly. No. Just put the whole bowl down, honey. Blivin. There you go.
On the day Leica got shot in May, instantly I felt the sense of urgency to fix her. Like, I owe this dog every moment that I have from here on out with my son, with my mother, with my family. I owe her everything.
Oh, good job, buddy. Yeah.
I felt really bad because I was the one who put her inside of the building. And then at the same time, happy that I did it because I was still alive and my buddies to my left and my right were also still alive.
Let's go, Leica. Let's go have some fun. Come on. Let's go have some fun. Right, come on.
We go to work, we train dogs with her, and then whenever we have time, we'll take her out, do a little bit of bite work with her, maybe let her find a bomb or two, just to satisfy her curiosity. She gets to take out all that stress that she's built up throughout the week. If the dog's put in the time for the country, then the country owes it to them to put the time into them. Because she saved my life, that's why I'm here. So I owed it to her to save her life. And that's why I wanted to adopt her. And that's why I fought so hard to adopt her, even though people were saying, no, she's too aggressive. They're not scary. They've done scary things, but they deserve homes, and they deserve good homes. The first time I brought her home, Liam, my son, he was just over 1 year old at the time. She went right up to Liam and submitted and laid down on her back, and my 1-year-old son walked over there and got on top of her chest and was grabbing her ears and putting his thumb in her nose and putting his hand in her mouth, and she wasn't doing anything. She was just laying there and taking every bit of it. That was awesome to see. Like, wow, look at your vicious dog now.
Oh, no.
Over time of just being in the backyard and learning that, hey, I have 3 tennis balls around me and I didn't have to find a bomb to get it. The dog really starts to become a product of her environment.
Here.
You can ask anybody that's ever been in a firefight and somebody has used a dog to save their life, or you have worked with any kind of platoon that utilizes a dog, they'll tell you the dudes who have boots on the ground will say, these dogs are just like our brothers to our left and our right. I have a lot of respect for them because they do stuff that I wouldn't want to do. And I know they do stuff that 99% of America wouldn't want to do. And just like us, they deserve to be retired, and we owe it to them.
Oh, so beautiful. You know, I don't know what we would do without our doggies, that's for sure. And they are absolutely selfless. Just, you know, really God's creature. Just absolutely beautiful, these dogs. and we'll continue to bring you stories as we find them. We have a happy time with a dog. And whenever we can do this, I want to do it. So check this out. Go.
This is day one. Take you home. The best month ever.
This is Tianfu.
Hi, I'm Eliza Schlesinger. I'm a touring comedian. And years ago, I decided I wanted a companion on the road. So my dog Blanche became my stalwart companion, ever intrepid. She was there for me for 8 or 9 years on the road.
All right, time to go, Blanche.
But you're already in your bag? Are you ready to go?
Ladies, it's time for a workout, and we reach, and we extend.
She was like my life partner. And then she passed away, sadly. My heart was so broken. I didn't want to just get a new dog and not heal and put a Band-Aid over it. I just was like, the universe will send me a dog. And I was home and I was making candy and I ran out of sugar. We have a tiny store close by. And there was this woman there with some dogs. She was like, they're rescues. And this one was in the back and she looked so scared. And the saddest part was the lady told me that when they found her, she hadn't had any food or water. And I said, I want to hold that one because it's always like the scaredest ones that need the love. And I picked her up and I just started crying. And I was like, I'll take this dog. She needs me.
I got her off the back of a meat truck in China.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet Tianfu, my rescue dog. Say hi. Say hi, my name is Tianfu. When I first rescued her, she was trepidatious, she was nervous, she did not trust anyone. She was terrified of my husband. He would come in the room and she would growl and she would hide. Noah's putting a trash bag in the garbage. She doesn't like it when we whip out trash bags. You're okay. There's nothing there. Hey, take it easy. And then over the months, she just started getting more and more comfortable with him. You are sitting like a baby. 2 bellies, resting beautifully. And now when she sees him, she only thinks it's playtime. It's really rewarding taking in a rescue dog and watching them explore the world. And
Now stop a second. Just look how totally different the dog is. Full of life and joy. Just beautiful. Go ahead.
That you're the reason that they're so happy and safe.
They just do it for me. I'll tell you that. That's a beautiful story. And may I suggest, particularly this holiday season, if you're lonely or if you have kids, get a dog if you don't have a dog, or if you have a dog, get another one. I have to work through my situation with my Barney who passed away. We do have our Marty, and he's a much older dog, so it may not be wise to introduce a very, very young dog right now. Who knows? But in any event, if you're able to, I would encourage you to do it for yourselves and certainly for the dog. And there are a lot of dogs out there that need a family, a loving family. You know, there's so many evil people out there who abuse animals, all kinds of animals. But when you see these abused dogs, it really turns your stomach. A dog can't defend itself. A dog can't talk to anybody. It relies 100% on us. And you see these dogs are in horrific situations. So if you can help them, please do. We try and do some of it ourselves. But I thought I would mention that. Or cats, or whatever you're into. I'm into dogs.